The PS4 is already better than the Wii U? Well, that didn't take long. Ugh. But before we get to this video, let's get to the question of the day. Alright, so stay tuned to the end of this video to find out the answer to the question of the day. Alright, so the PS4 versus the Wii U. Alright, let's take a look at some of the specs of the PS4 and how well it really stacks up against the Wii U. Because you know what's funny is sometimes I'll like get comments regarding the Wii U. Oh, the Wii U is so powerful, it's so much better, it's such a next-gen system. And oh, it's 10 times more capable of the PS3 and the 360, you know, it's such a powerful system. Well, you want to talk about a real next-gen system. You want to talk about something that's actually promising to be a real leap into the next generation and show us what a true next-gen console can be. The PS4 has it all, man. I mean, it looks like, look at this, release date, quarter of 2013, the fourth quarter of 2013. It really feels like a real 8th generation system. It's gonna use Blu-rays, an AMD Jaguar 8-core, 8GB GDDR5, custom AMD Radeon GPU, and it's gonna use 802.11 wireless, Bluetooth 2.1, and a USB 3.0. It's gonna have the PS4i, DualShock 4, PlayStation Move, and the PS Vita will have input in the controller. And this thing has some pretty impressive memory, and I mean, holy crap, 8 gigs, man. It is trying to be kind of like a, because the way they use it, you know, it's actual hardware. It sounds like it's going to be easier to program for, and that is a much more promising idea than the Wii U, which has basically been shunned embarrassingly by a lot of publishers. I mean, it is just sad. How many publishers have skipped out on the Wii U? It is a shame. That's not a good thing. That's not a good, you know, it's not a good sign. But maybe the pricing could be one thing that may, you know, be a downside, rather, of the PS4. Because they're saying that this thing could be $400 or less, which is much less than the PS3 at launch, obviously. And I doubt that Sony's going to make that stupid mistake of launching a $600 system with the PS3 with its, you know, that's nonsense. It's going to be very interesting. The hardware, man, we don't know the design yet, you know. The specs are yet to be, they've yet to be finalized, and all we can really understand, you know, 8 AMD Jaguar cores, and this thing looks pretty sweet. I mean, it looks like a really powerful system. Just taking a look at the demo, or not even the demo, but that head sculpt from February 20th looked absolutely realistic, man. When I saw that freaking moving head, it was like, oh my god. The graphics look phenomenal. The Wii U had nothing like that. You know, they didn't even show anything regarding the Wii. Like, the Wii U is a very current gen system. It is the PS3, maybe a little bit stronger, you know, but it's it's noticeable. I mean, you can see it. You know, I'm not going to be like, oh, the Wii U's graphics are exactly the same. It's a little bit of a difference in there. You can see a little, you know, subtle touches, like with the detail, the lighting. But is it enough? Is it a lot? Not really. If you get a Wii U port of a game, it's very similar in terms of graphics. It's very, you know, kind of same-ish. Like, wow. But, man, the PS4 just looks so much more interesting. Like, you know, I want to take a look at the upcoming games announced for this. Alright. Cyberpunk 2077. But the release date is 2015, so it's far away. Deep Down, which is a working title from Capcom. And that's that Dragon Knights frickin' game. That looked pretty sweet, but it is by Capcom. It looks promising. And Destiny by Bungie, which is, of course, the guys who made Halo. It looks very similar to Halo, actually. I mean, holy crap, like, even the character designs and some of the models on that thing. But it's a very hotly anticipated title. I believe it's going to come out first for the 360 and then later for the Sony systems. Diablo 3 from Blizzard, Drive Club, Evolution Studios, Final Fantasy game by Square Enix. That one I'm not really excited about because it is Final Fantasy. Like, who gives a shit about Final Fantasy anymore? But they have the exclusives are the one that really catches your attention. Infamous Second Son, Killzone Shadowfall, Knack. Actually, it's by SCE Japan Studio. I thought it was an American-based company, actually. A developer, but Ape Escape and Loco Roco and all that, Patapon. The Witcher 3. Wild Hunt. Okay, schedule for 2014. You have The Witness, which is, that puzzle game, and then you have Watch Dogs, which is that, hotly anticipated title that's going to be on cross-generations, cross-platform title. Going to come out for the current gen and the next gen. It's kind of like King Kong in 2005. It came out for all the systems. It's essentially the same game, but obviously, like, the 360 version looked a certain way compared to the PS2 version, etc. But I'm curious to see, like, what differences the PS4 version of the Watch Dogs, what that's going to bring to the table, if there's going to be any sort of difference at all compared to the PS3 360 versions. I understand why they're doing it. It's to cash in on the release. They want to, it's a brand new game and they want to cash in on it. It's by Ubisoft, so you know how they are. They want to make as money as they can. But it's going to be out on the PS4 launch, so that's kind of exciting too. I don't know, man. It's such a weird thing to have it released on the old console and also on the current one, and you kind of wonder, like, what is the better version, which one is the most preferable one, and so on and so forth. So just taking a look at the selected, upcoming games and the scheduled games that's to be released for the PS4, it already has a very gritty and exciting lineup of games. You got the shooters, Lockdown, you got the open world style game, you got the the RPG fantasy crowd in there as well, you got the action game, you got the racing, and you got the puzzle. So you got all these different titles, and I mean, did the Wii U have that? Did the Wii U have that at launch? It had some games, but a lot of it, the games that it had are a lot of ports. These third-party ports like Darksiders 2 and, what else did it, just a bunch of games it had. And then they had the exclusives like Zombie U and, Mario Bros. U. And you just kind of wonder, like, wow, that was kind of, maybe not as good as people expected it to be. So overall, I would say PS4, even though it hasn't been released yet, is already kicking Wii U's ass in terms of anticipation, hype, excitement, promise, just in terms of its, its engine, its power, and not just that, the games. It's very well prepared. It seemed like maybe Nintendo wasn't. They just wanted to put out an HD system. That was weird, When the Wii U came out, it felt like, wow, here we have the Wii U, and they finally caught up, but they just wanted to put it out early. They wanted to be the first to put it out there, and have a brand new console that, kinda just finally caught up. It came out in its own, it came out at a time when there wasn't anything else coming out in terms of systems. You had remodel of the PS3 with a Super Slim, and 360 is still selling a lot. Like, I mean, the Wii U, like, it's starting to really become a thing of the past. Like, holy crap, it's been out for just a few months and it's already yesterday's news. Like, who's talking about the Wii U anymore? It's all about the PS4 and even the 720. When the 720 gets announced, that's gonna be fucking huge. Like, everybody's gonna be shifting focus on that. And by the time late 2013, early 2014 comes along, I can definitely imagine the PS4 and the 720 just completely overtaking the Wii U and just completely surpassing it in terms of fan base, hype, anticipation, games, hardware, specs. Because the Wii U, I mean, it has to turn around. It's got to have some additional games. I mean, who is satisfied with the Wii U? Like, seriously, who owns a Wii U right now and is like saying, oh wow, this Wii U is fucking awesome. It's totally worth the $500, $600 I invested in it, the system and the games that I spent on it. I mean, seriously. I don't know, man. I think the Wii U is getting its ass kicked at the moment. It's getting its ass kicked at the moment by the 360. It's like outselling all of it. Even the PS3, I would say, because it's got scheduled games too, like Grand Theft Auto 5. It's got all the games coming out, like fucking Far Cry 3, Tomb Raider, all these, there's so many other games coming out for it. Oh my god. The Wii U's launch, like the first 3 months of the Wii U, I have never seen a system that has taken it this bad in the first few months. It looks so weak and like mediocre at best, and very non-engaging, not exciting. The Wii U seems so lackluster. Granted, it was kind of the same thing with the PS3. Even the Xbox 360, when it first came out, it was like, oh, who gives a shit? Big deal, HD, high quality graphics, but the gameplay really isn't that amazing. Like, when the 360 came out, there really wasn't a lot of games that was exciting for it. Took a good year, same with the PS3. PS3 took like fucking 2 years. It's gonna take time. I think the Wii U will eventually, it'll probably do better. I mean, I have hopes for it. But when the PS4 and the 720 comes out, oh my god, it's just, oh shit, look out. Alright, so this was the answer to the question of the day.